Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tyler and this is Tyler Reads Books. And in today's video, I'm starting a brand new series here in the channel called Meet Me in 5. And so throughout these different videos that I'll be posting that'll be called Meet Me in 5, I will be talking about 5 different book things around a topic that I really enjoy or maybe that I dislike. For example, like my 5 favorite quotes that I have read, or 5 favorite characters, or 5 favorite books. But today's video is about tropes. And being on BookTube, this is something that booktubers talk about all the time, is the different tropes that are used in the stories that we read. Often we talk about authors and what tropes they kind of gravitate toward, and we talk about the ones that work for us and the ones that don't. And so in today's video, I want to talk about my 5 favorite tropes. And along the way, as we talk about them, I'll probably share some of the stories that I enjoy, that I feel like do a really good job of using these tropes to carry the story forward. But being a sci-fi and fantasy fan, I cannot read a book that does not go on a quest or an adventure. I love that trope of a group of characters having a mission or a journey or a quest to go on. Obviously, books that come to mind with this are The Lord of the Rings, the quest to destroy the ring. Thinking about Michael J. Sullivan and his Rhaeria revelations, the quests and adventures that Hadrian and Royce go on. I just love that idea of the adventures that take our characters along these amazing journeys together, where we get to see them grow along the way. We get to see them face trials and difficulties, and also see them complete this amazing adventure, this amazing quest. I just gravitate to those stories. I love those stories so much, and thankfully fantasy and sci-fi are full of the quest and adventure trope. And so I love that in stories. The second thing that I love in the stories I read is just the classic good versus evil. This idea of our characters are good and they have pure motives. They are good people and they are fighting against the evil in the world. I think of the first Mistborn book and how Vin and her band of thieves that are going to overthrow the Lord Ruler, like they are all good people fighting against the evil Lord Ruler. And so I just love that idea of good versus evil. Shows up everywhere. I think we all are drawn to those stories of good prevailing over evil. And so that always works for me in books when I get to read those. The third trope that I enjoy a lot is intertwined stories. And so I like also with that, like multiple point of views. And I recently discovered John Gwynne this year, and in the Hunger of the Gods and Shadow of the Gods and Fear of the Gods, he does this so well. There are multiple characters with multiple POVs, and when the story starts out, they are all in different places and there's not much connection at all. Some of the times you're like, I don't even know how these people are going to interact. And then he weaves their stories into each other, and people that you've been reading about, that you've come to know, are meeting for the first time. And though we know them, they don't know each other. And so I love where multiple stories are coming together, their paths are crossing, and we're getting to see how the authors have drawn up this bigger story that's taking place in the world, and getting to see these different characters interact for the very first time. I think so many fantasy authors do this as we're reading different things happening in the world around our story, and then these characters interact. And it's often moments I find myself smiling or kind of terrified if we know secrets about the characters, or knowing that their intentions are good and they're doubting each other. I just think there's so much fun for the reader in those places when you know more than the characters know about each other. And so I love that storytelling element of intertwining stories, bringing characters together that we know so much about. Now, the fourth one that I really enjoy, I would call a major plot twist, but that comes with a caveat. I like plot twists that stay true to the story they are telling or to the world. And so this last couple months ago, I read Piranesi. And there's a pretty big plot twist in that story, and it does not work for me. I actually did not enjoy it at all because I felt like the plot twist completely changed the story and what was happening and what was going on in that world. And so that isn't really the plot twist that I'm looking for. The plot twist that I'm looking for are, spoiler, in the Dungeon Anarchist Cookbook by Matt Denneman. Major plot twist is you have Carl and Katya and Donut, and they're kind of sizing up Helka and the daughters and trying to figure out if their groups are going to interact. And Katya realizes, like, I can't do this. And she kills Helka. Like, on a complete, I thought that story was going to carry on for books, and then in just an instant it happened, and I was completely shocked. It removed the plot armor from the characters that I thought were going to be around for many books in this story, and I was just completely surprised that it was Katya too that would be the one to kill Helka. Another one that comes to mind is in Hunger of the Gods by John Gwynne. There is so many major plot twists that happen, characters turning their backs on other characters and surprising them and also surprising us as the reader. And so any major plot twist that stays true to the world and the story that it's telling, I'm gonna love that. I am excited for seeing where the author is gonna take that and discovering new things along the way in those stories. And then the last one I'm gonna call Band of Brothers, because everyone on BookTube talks about found family, and that phrase kind of drives me nuts. And so I'm going to call it Band of Brothers, but I just love a group of people coming together that are from different walks of life, different backgrounds, and they are all united on this one mission that they're going on together. And obviously, this is used so much in fantasy and in sci-fi, and so I love it. I'm here for it every time. The groups of people coming together, becoming a family called brothers, band of brothers coming together. I just find that so captivating, so compelling. We see it in John Gwynne's Shadow of the Gods when Orca comes back and you realize, oh, actually, she is part of the Bloodsworn in the Bloodsworn saga. And so just these different things that happen, I think it's really cool, and I appreciate that. But I also want to talk about two tropes that I don't like, that are just complete story ruiners for me, that take me out of the story and drive me nuts. If you like these, I think that's great. It's good that we all have our different genres and things that we like, but man, I cannot stand love triangles. They are brutal. They are exhausting to read. Like, I'm just like, I don't care. I really don't care what this character is thinking about these two other characters. I think it is just killing time, wasting time, and I don't find any enjoyment in that. And so the second Mistborn book for me, while I was intrigued by all of the politics of trying to set up a government and work with all of the different houses to try and lead the world after the Lord Ruler had died, I was totally taken out of the story because of the love triangle that existed between Vin and the two guys. I just thought it was so annoying and it just really like made me not ever want to read that one again. If I was going to read the Mistborn trilogy again, I think I would just read 1 and 3. So 1 and 3 were great, but 2, in my mind, it's just the love triangle, and it just took me all out of it. The other trope that really frustrates me, which is funny because I love adventures, I love quests, but man, side quests. Side quests are brutal. When you want to go to this place and we're on a mission and we're going on this adventure together, and then we just keep going off on these other side quests over here and over there, and you're like, why are we doing this? Are we literally just trying to make the book 700 pages instead of 500 pages? Because that's often what it feels like to me. I'm like, no, you've written this story. We're here for the adventure. We're here for what's happening. The side quests, they just take me out of it. They get frustrating. That's when I start counting pages. I'm like, okay, how many more pages till we get out of this chapter? How many more pages till we have hopefully completed this side quest? Because I don't actually care about what's going on in this space. I want to go on the main story, the main adventure. And if you've watched this video, hopefully you've learned some things about me, but I want to know about you. I want to know what tropes that you like. So let me know in the comments below, what are 5 tropes in your stories that you love, that you gravitate toward? And maybe what are some that you really dislike? Let me know in the comments below, and I'm excited to interact with you more as we talk about different tropes in the stories that we read.